Are you feeding your purpose? Most of the honeybees in a hive are worker bees. They do all of the necessary tasks inside of a hive: cleaning, building, foraging, and storing. There are tens of thousands of worker bees inside of a healthy hive, and if the hive loses 1 or 10 or hundreds of those bees, it can continue to function. A colony typically has only one queen, who has the critical job of laying eggs to maintain the hive's population. If that queen is lost, the hive could be doomed. A queen and a worker are both female bees. So what makes the difference? When a honeybee larva first emerges from the egg, that larva is fed a compound known as royal jelly. Worker bee larvae are fed royal jelly for only the first 3 days, and after that, they're fed a compound known as bee bread, which is made from pollen mixed with nectar. A queen larva is never fed bee bread. She is fed royal jelly for the entirety of her development. While worker bees develop enough to be functional for their purpose, the queen becomes fully developed and mature and becomes a more critical part of the colony. For a long time, it's been thought that something about the royal jelly stimulates that full development within the queen. It may actually be that the bee bread actually suppresses complete development within the worker bees. Like the bees, what you consume affects your outcome. You have a purpose. How you feed your body, your mind, and your spirit impacts how effectively you can fulfill that purpose. You can't reach your full effectiveness if you're consuming a detrimental diet that diminishes your development. In almost every person's pocket is a device that we can turn to if we feel bored or stressed. We can start scrolling reels or searching for other material for a brief, immediate dopamine hit. It's easy to fall into the trap of feeding our bodies with quick processed foods and our spirits and minds with meaningless entertainment. Both will displace the things that help us reach our potential in the long term. We could try to simply replace the meaningless with the purposeful, but that's a short-term approach. In a honeybee colony, the workers can recognize when they need to develop a new queen. Once the long-term purpose of developing that new queen has been established, every short-term action feeds that long-term purpose. If you focus on the short term, then a package of Oreos might seem like a good, tasty alternative to a bowl full of vegetables. But if you are fully committed to a long-term goal of improving your health, then you will choose foods that move you towards that objective. When you identify your purpose and set goals to fulfill that purpose, you'll be more committed to making short-term steps to reach the long-term objective. Whatever your long-term purpose may be, make it your focus and your commitment. Know your purpose. Live your purpose. Feed your purpose.